that. I want this over here. This over here. You got my notebook from right there, baby? Thank you. Put that right there. And what else am I doing? I'm here to record on this. Are you ready?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Coming to you from the Big Blue House in the middle of
Yeah, it's
yeah.
only Big Blue House in the middle of nowhere.
Yo, the Big Blue House in the middle of nowhere. I forgot where we were. uh, this is you're patting me on the head.
It's okay, baby.
This is Paranormal Adventures with Sean and
Crystal.
Hey, Chris. I think we got a pretty interesting one coming up tonight.
Yeah, we decided to kind of go ahead and move on with. Dealey's saying hello, so you might see her get up here with us. It's our Dealey dog. Come on up here and get comfy before we get started.
We're already started.
I know, but there we go. We're good now, I think. Maybe. Okay, be still. Yeah, we decided we would kind of move on, and with it getting closer to Halloween, we wanted to delve into, well, this evening we're going to talk about the history of Halloween, and Sean's done a lot of research too on that, and I've got my phone ready for a lot of that. Some I already knew, but we're going to talk about the history of Halloween, and then we're going to talk about a lot of famous movie monsters or Halloween monsters, whatever you want to call them. And I believe it's next week. We haven't decided, I believe, on the exact day, but we're going to have our two good friends that do the Supernatural Roundtable. We're going to have Richard Threadgill, and Craig Wilkes. Sorry about that. They're going to be joining us, and we're going to kind of reunite for a special Monsters of Halloween episode. So we look forward to doing that with them here coming up.
You said tomorrow, but
well, I don't know. We're doing ours today, so
I know, but you said tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. We'll just have to pick a day.
Yeah.
So, but tonight we're talking about the history of Halloween. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Tilly looked at me like, "Mama, you're crazy."
You are crazy. So, I'm learning a new way of doing this stuff because, oh, that's not good.
What'd you do? Oh, you shrunk our screen.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, while you're kind of messing with some of that, you want me to talk a little bit about it, and then you can pull up your notes.
Yeah.
While he's doing all the technical side of stuff, I'm just gonna delve right in.
Okay.
So, basically, we all know Halloween's observed on what day, guys? October 31st, and it's All Hallows Eve. We're gonna get into some history. I know. Daily, come on, sit. Daily, sit or get down. Get down. Yeah. So it's observed in many countries on the 31st. What I was reading and what I already knew, and I have a lot of Irish and Welsh and stuff like that in my ancestry anyway, but it's Irish and Scottish. A lot of it was a tradition there and started popular culture. Of course, Halloween has become celebrated of horror and is associated with supernatural and things like that, but that's really not what it was all about back then.
I've got a lot of the history stuff wrote down.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, I just know it was either called Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and All Saints Eve because the Catholic Church kind of got involved. And
that's some of the stuff I'm going to get into.
Because November 1st is All Saints Day.
Yeah.
So they called it basically Halloween or All Saints Eve, which was the day before.
So Basically, Halloween was originated from the. I've got stuff Sorry, guys. Halloween started out as a Celtic, the Celtic festival of some
Samhain. Yeah.
Samhain.
Samhain, yeah.
And it basically marked the end of summer and
Into harvest time.
into the harvest. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze.
Before winter.
But at that, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry.
It's that time of year.
At that time, around the end of October, it's believed that the boundary between the living and dead are
thinner. Yeah,
is thinner.
Yeah. They believe spirits can come through at that time.
Then the Celtic people believed that to rid them or to keep evil spirits away, they wore costumes made of animal heads and skins.
That would be creepy.
And they basically lit large bonfires to keep all these evil spirits away.
And did you know that they didn't? It used to not be the jack-o'-lanterns that we know, the pumpkins. It was turnips. Yeah, they would put like a candle in a turnip. So I thought it was kind of interesting. But
get into a little bit of what you were talking about a while ago. That was kind of the origins of Halloween, but then the Catholic kind of took it over, and the kind of the Christian influence on the Halloween celebration. That
it was almost combined pagan and Christian
together. It wasn't originally Halloween. It was Samhain, like we're saying.
Yeah.
And the Christians turned it into Halloween.
Yeah, because for the saints.
Pope Gregory III made November 1st All Saints' Day, marking the night before All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween.
Yeah.
It did incorporate some of the traditions of Samhain. Kind of the tradition of trick-or-treating evolved from a custom called souling.
Yeah, I was reading that earlier. I thought that was interesting.
Souling is where the poor beg for soul cakes in return for praying for the dead or from Guising, something like that. I don't know how to
something probably Irish or some Irish tradition probably.
Where people would sing or tell jokes for food or money. Then in the more modern times, the Irish and the Scottish immigrants brought the custom to America.
Yeah, they brought the traditions
and adapted it to the basically to the new circumstances they were in now when they moved over.
Yeah.
Halloween didn't really become commercialized till the 20th century.
Yeah.
But and trick-or-treating didn't become popular till after World War II. So
I know they still did some of that though.
Yeah, they did, but it didn't really catch on till after World War II.
Yeah.
But you gotta think, in the 1800s, they had the Great Depression, then they had World War One, then World War Two, then you know, a lot of crap went down in the early 1900s. So
yeah, it's some really interesting stuff, and I was reading a lot of it. See if there was anything that you missed while I was going through here that we could talk about.
It's kind of interesting with the.
Well, I could get into some of the Irish stuff really quick. Okay. It says one theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced by Celtic harvest festivals, particularly the Gaelic festivals, Festival Samhain, which are believed to have pagan roots. Some theories go further and suggest that Samhain may have been Christianized as All Hallows Day along with its eve by the early church. Other academics say Halloween began independently as a Christian holiday, which that's nonsense. I don't believe that it did, but they combined a lot of stuff. It says All Hallows Day celebrated in Ireland and Scotland for centuries. Irish and Scottish immigrants took many Halloween customs to North America in 19th century, so yeah. And then through American influence, various Halloween customs spread to other countries by the late 20th and 21st century, so. Popular activities for Halloween include trick-or-treating, or the related guising and souling, attending Halloween costume parties, carving pumpkins or turnips into jack-o'-lanterns, because it used to be turnips before it was pumpkins.
That kind of, I don't understand that. How do you hollow out a turnip to put a candle in?
They just did. They hollowed out I guess turnips could grow fairly big. They're a tuber.
Yeah. I told you the other day that I thought it was a potato or some sort of tuber.
Yeah. But so they did that, carved jack-o'-lanterns, lighting bonfires, this is a lot of stuff that's really fun to do this time of year in the fall. Apple bobbing, divination games, playing pranks. A lot of people play pranks on Halloween. Visiting haunted attractions, telling frightening stories, and watching horror or Halloween-themed films. So, and then it says some Christians practice the observances of All Hallows Eve, including attending church service and lighting candles on the graves of the dead. That must be some Catholic traditions. Although it is a secular celebration for others, this is where I have a problem with that. I don't. I like Halloween. But it says some Christians historically abstained from meat on All Hallows Eve, a tradition reflected in the eating of certain vegetarian foods on this day, including apples, potato pancakes, and soul cakes. Huh. I don't know. That's different.
I know a few people that are completely against observing Halloween event in any form or fashion.
Which I don't really understand, because it's just, to me, it's just a holiday, and it's old ancestry traditions that's, came from Ireland and Scotland and all of that, and I think it's fascinating the kind of things that they would do, and just being kind of superstitious. And I believe when they would hollow out a lot of the turnips and stuff, they would leave them in, like, doorsteps or outside on window sill shelves
to keep the spirits away.
To keep the spirits away.
So.
Oh, that's a creepy looking costume.
The costumes used to be really crazy looking.
Like the old timey Halloween costumes, they used to be crazy creepy. So really, hey Dealey. I have a dog. Trick-or-treating is a customary celebration for children on Halloween. Children go in costumes from house to house asking for treats such as candy or sometimes money. It says, or sometimes money with the question, trick or treat. The word treat is asking for a sweet treat, while the word trick implies a threat to perform mischief on the homeowners or their property if no treat is given.
How many the dogs get in my way?
I know it.
How many times do people actually do a trick on people for not?
I know kids, didn't they? I never did any of this, but even way back, didn't they put like flaming bags of dog doo on
that was
porches?
That was just like a all year round thing.
Or like toilet paper or egg someone's house on Halloween. Wouldn't they do that?
That was like the all year round thing, though.
I always thought they did more like mischievous stuff on Halloween, like if they went to someone who was stingy or didn't give treats or something, and then they would trick them. That's what this was saying. Like they would trick them if they didn't give out treats or whatever.
Really, I don't need you breathing in my mic.
And it says actually the tricking, the jokester stuff. It says the practice is said to have roots in the medieval practice of mumming, which is closely relating to souling. John Pym wrote that many of the feast days associated with the presentation of mumming plays were celebrated by the Christian Church. These feast days included All Hallows Eve, Christmas, Twelfth Night, and Shrove Tuesday?
Never heard of something like that.
I never heard of that. Mumming practiced in Germany, Scandinavia, and other parts of Europe involved masked persons in fancy dress who paraded the streets and entered houses to dance or play dice in silence.
What site are you on?
It's just Wikipedia. And that was showing this girl's costume in 1928. That's creepy. Girl in Halloween costume, 1928, Ontario, Canada. The same province where the Scottish Halloween costume of guising was first recorded in North America. So, and that's a creepy costume. I might post some of these old, like, Halloween costume pictures on our page later. And if I can find some where they did turnips as jack-o'-lanterns, I can post some of those pictures too. Now, it says in Scotland and Ireland, guising children disguised in costume going from door to door for food or coins is a secular Halloween custom. It is recorded in Scotland at Halloween in 1895, where masqueraders in disguise carrying lanterns made out of scooped out turnips visit homes to be rewarded with cakes, fruit, and money.
I guess they wouldn't necessarily have like the jack-o'-lanterns we have now have faces.
Yeah.
I guess the turnips wouldn't necessarily have face in them.
They would just hollow them out and put a candle in it, which that kind of makes sense. You could carry it in your hand and just have like the little, Yeah. If there was a hole at the top for the light to come out, just carry it like a lantern, almost. I'm propping my phone on you, Daily, since you're up here. Let's see. There she goes. I lost my page. Okay. In Ireland, the most popular phrase for kids to shout until the 2000s was "Help the Halloween Party." Author Nicholas Rogers cites...
Never heard that.
I hadn't either. Rogers cites an early example of guising in North America in 1911, where a newspaper in Kingston, Ontario, Canada, reported children going guising around the neighborhood. I was going to see what else it was saying about trick-or-treating, but...
I thought you were going to look that up before we got on the show.
What about trick-or-treating?
Yeah, I'll write stuff down.
I didn't have time to write things down, but a popular variant of trick or treating known as trunk or treating. This is like the new stuff that we're doing now, which y'all are gonna have the trunk or treat this year at Joy Fire Station on
Highway 36.
Highway 36 in Romance, Arkansas, considered Joy Township, and they're gonna do it Thursday, October the 30th. So it's the day before Halloween. But okay, so it says known as trunk or treating or Halloween tailgating occurs when children are offered treats from the trunks of cars parked in a church parking lot or sometimes a school parking lot or a fire station. In a trunk or treat event, the trunk boot of each automobile is decorated with a certain theme, such as those of children's literatures, movies, scripture, and job roles. Trunk or treating has grown in popularity due to its perception as being more safe than going door to door, a point that resonates well with parents, as well as the fact that it solves the rural conundrum in which homes are built a half mile apart.
Anyway, so kinda, we're talking a little bit about the jack-o'-lantern and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm on the website of Histories and Mysteries.
Oh, cool.
And talking about, she's got something.
Daily, come here.
But it's Histories and Mysteries, and it's talking about the legend of the jack-o'-lantern. And an old Irish tale explains the origin of the jack-o'-lantern and how the scary gourds got their name. It all goes back to one horrible man people called Stingy Jack and his story.
Stingy Jack.
Stingy Jack.
I guess he didn't help people much if he was Stingy Jack.
For those who are actually watching this on the YouTube page, the little things we've got hanging on our shirts, I've got this cool little contraption that plugs into the phone, into the bottom of the phone. These are actually microphones to record to the phone, so,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, back to Stingy Jack.
Yes.
This is just one version of an old tale about a foul drunkard of a blacksmith known as Stingy Jack. Jack was a two-faced, deceitful schemer who thrived on manipulating people. His selfish spirit possessed not a shred of humanity or kindness for anyone, and the homeless beggars only repulsed him. Word of his vile reputation reached Satan, who took more than a passing interest in this evil man, so he put plans in motion to meet him. You want to swap back and forth on paragraphs?
I'd have to get my glasses, babe. I can't read it from that distance.
One evening in the dark hills of rural Ireland, one of Satan's devils possessed a dead man waiting for Stingy Jack. That would be creepy. So, waiting for Stingy Jack to run into him. When Jack came across the body, a deranged face with wide eyes and an evil grin stared back at him. Stingy Jack instantly realized that his time was up, and that the devil had come to collect his soul. He begged for a final request, which the demon granted. Jack told him that he wanted just one more drink before he had to depart the world, and he took the devil to the nearest tavern. I gotta get the right mouse.
I guess it's.
I've got two mouses for my computer system. Wrong one. One drink turned into another, and then another. Before too long, their consumption of alcohol exceeded the demand, and there was nothing left for the pair to drink. When that must have been a lot to drink.
I can't even imagine.
When it was time for them to settle up, Jack didn't have any money. Well, of course he didn't have any money. He casually turned to his new drinking buddy and suggested that since he was a devil, or devil with magic powers, he could simply transform himself into a piece of silver to pay the tab. So he paid the tab with the devil.
Oh gosh.
The devil obliged, but instead of paying, Jack rammed the coin into his pocket. Aware that stingy Jack had double-crossed him, the devil fought to get out. However, the crucifix in the pocket trapped him in. Jack made a deal with the devil. If he would leave Jack alone for a decade, he would release him from the coin, and the deal was made. Okay. The apple tree trap.
Apple tree trap?
Yeah. Once this amnesty was reached, the devil found Jack once more, ready to take him to hell this time. However, Jack asked for an apple from a nearby tree to quell his hunger on the long journey. While the devil selected an apple, Jack carved 4 crucifixes on the bark of the tree, trapping the evil being within its branches. On the condition that Jack will not go to hell, Jack once again offered the demon his freedom. Once again, there was little choice but to submit to the man's wishes. Stingy Jack continued the rest of his life safe in the knowledge that he outsmarted the devil not once but twice. I'm confused of how he let the devil out of the tree because he carved the crucifixes into the tree. And why couldn't the devil jump out of the tree?
I don't know. Maybe he told him to jump out, and that's how he freed him.
I don't know.
I'm guessing he somehow gets outsmarted back, though, and gets turned into Jack-o'-lantern.
Many years of alcoholism finally took their toll. It seemed that Stingy Jack could outsmart the devil, but he could not outsmart death. When he found himself standing in front of the pearly gates, St. Peter turned him away. Heaven, as many people know, will not welcome a lying, deceitful drunk. Undiscouraged, Jack headed towards hell, where his nemesis was biding his time to get revenge. Satan also refused him entry, citing the agreement they made when Jack was very much alive. Although neither heaven nor hell would allow Jack entry, Satan did grant one last wish. Jack asked for an ember from the fiery depths to give him a little light while he wandered the world in darkness. Satan picked up one small red hot coal and gave it to Jack to carry his burning ember. Jack found a turnip and hollowed it out, turning it into a makeshift lantern. Ever since, uh, ever since then, Jack's ghost could be seen wandering aimlessly around the Irish countryside. Whenever locals saw mysterious lights, they would say, "That's Jack's old.
lantern."
That's Jack old the lantern." Later, the term became synonymous with the name Stingy Jack's wandering spirit, Jack-o'-lantern.
So that's how we come up with the jack-o'-lantern and why we carve the pumpkins and stuff now. It's kind of interesting. I always liked the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff too, and the carving pumpkins. We did that a lot when I was a kid. Gabe just did a jack-o'-lantern. What did he name it? Philip? His jack-o'-lantern's Philip. It's actually pretty cool, so... So yeah, it's always fun to do the jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. That's kind of a neat legend. I didn't know all about that.
There's this that says the Gaelic origin of the jack-o'-lantern. It's not very long.
Okay.
With evil Jack damned to wander the world until Judgment Day, the Gaelic Irish community did not want his spirit visiting their homes, so they took precautions on October 31st, the day of the Celtic festival Samhain. On this day, the spirits of the netherworld could pass through to the world of the living. Ghosts were attracted to the living, so each home carved a menacing face into turnips and rutabagas and prominently displayed them on their doorsteps with a burning ember or candle, just like Jack's lantern. This would keep away the spirits, including Jack. They hoped, or keep away the spirits, including Jack. They hoped. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the Irish migrated to America and brought along their beliefs, holidays, and traditions. They quickly realized that there was a type of gourd indigenous to America that was bigger and better for carving jack-o'-lanterns. Of course, this was the pumpkins.
Yes.
And on the same day as Samhain, October 31st, 145 million Americans will have bought and carved a homemade jack-o'-lantern to place on their doorsteps. Anyway,
love that.
That's from Histories of Jack-o'-lantern, Mental Loaf, or something like that. Anyway, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed hearing the legend on the jack-o'-lantern, how it came to be.
I knew about the coin trick where he fooled the devil into turning into a coin. But I didn't know about the apple one.
That's really cool, though. I guess I'll read about the history and tradition of costumes then.
Okay.
Halloween costumes were traditionally modeled after figures such as vampires, ghosts, skeletons, scary-looking witches, and devils. Over time, the costume selection extended to include popular characters from fiction, celebrities, and generic archetypes such as ninjas and princesses. Dressing up in costumes and going guising was prevalent in Scotland and Ireland at Halloween. By the late 19th century, a Scottish term, the tradition is called guising because of the disguises or costumes worn by children. In Ireland and Scotland, the masks are known as false faces.
A few years ago, I went as Rambo and gave
I know. Yeah, you did. A term recorded in Ayr, Scotland in 1890 by Scott describing geysers. I had mind it was Halloween. The wee Collins boys were at it already, running about their false faces on their bits o' turnip lanterns in their hand. Costuming became popular for Halloween parties in the U.S. in the early 20th century, as often for adults as for children, and when trick-or-treating was becoming popular in Canada and the U.S. in the 1920s and 30s. Eddie J. Smith, in his book Halloween, Hallowed is Thy Name, offers a religious perspective in the wearing of costumes on All Hallows Eve, suggesting that by dressing up as creatures who at one time caused us to fear and tremble, people are able to poke fun at Satan, whose kingdom has been plundered by our Savior. Images of skeletons and the dead are traditional decorations used as memento mori. Trick or Treat for UNICEF is a fundraising program to support UNICEF. I don't know what that has to do with it, so I'm not going to read about that. And then it says pet costumes. We can't forget our pets because they're like our kids too, and they like to have fun at Halloween. So it says, according to a 2008 report from the National Retail Federation, 30 million Americans will spend an estimated of $480 billion on Halloween costumes for their pets in 2018. This is up from the estimated $200 million in 2010. The most popular costumes for pets are the pumpkin, followed by the hot dog, and the bumblebee in third place. That's pretty cute. Dealey would look cute as a bumblebee because she's a chocolate lab. That would be kind of cute.
I don't know. Pink yellow stripes on
her. That would be kind of cute though. I was going to say what's about food and Halloween. Yeah.
Bobbing for apples.
I can do food.
It's a Halloween thing.
Yeah, it says,
ooh, candy corn.
I know. Look, I was looking at the candy apple. That looks good to me. On All Hallows Eve, many Western Christian denominations encourage, that's abstinence from meat. I don't know what the meat thing is.
I don't either.
But I'm clueless.
It must be a Catholic thing.
It's gotta be, because most don't. Giving rise to a variety of vegetarian foods associated with this day. So it shows two pictures. Of course, the candy apple and the candy corn.
Uh-oh.
Those are two big treats around Halloween.
I hope Dealey did not steal my riches. Don't worry about it right now.
Okay. Well, I don't want her eating it, though.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it right now. We're in the middle of a show.
Dealey.
Continue.
Because in the northern hemisphere, Halloween comes in the wake of the yearly apple harvest, candy apples known as toffee apples outside North America, caramel apples or taffy apples are common Halloween treats made by rolling whole apples in a sticky sugar syrup or caramel, sometimes followed by rolling them in nuts. At one time, candy apples were commonly given to trick-or-treating children, but the practice rapidly waned in the wake of widespread rumors that some individuals were embedding items like pins and razor blades in the apples. I remember that in the 80s when I was a kid, that my mom and dad checked our Halloween candy.
And it was all a hoax.
Yeah, a lot of it was, but there was some where it happened. That dad that killed his own kid.
That he put cyanide in or some sort of poison in those like big pixie sticks.
Yeah, and killed his son.
He dumped like the pixie sticks stuff out and put poison in there.
Yeah, and killed his own son for life insurance. That's horrible. He went to prison and was executed and all that.
Was he?
I believe so. But, I mean, I know he went to prison. He tried to kill his daughter, but she was saved in time. Thankfully.
She didn't eat one. I don't
Well,
think.
she had something. I don't know. She would have been killed too, though. But anyway, while there is evidence of such incidents relative to the degree of reporting of such cases, actual cases involving malicious acts are extremely rare and have never resulted in serious injury. Nonetheless, many parents assume that such heinous practices were rampant because of the mass media. At the peak of the hysteria, some hospitals offered free x-rays of children's Halloween hauls in order to find evidence of tampering. Virtually all of the few known candy poisoning incidents involve parents who poisoned their own children's candy.
Huh. Psychos.
I know. One custom that persists in modern-day Ireland is the baking, or more often nowadays, the purchase of a barmbrack.
What's a barmbrack?
Well, I'm about to find out. Which is a light fruit cake into which a plain ring, a coin, and other charms are placed before baking. It is considered fortunate to be the lucky one who finds it. It has also been said that those who get a ring will find their true love in the ensuing year. This is similar to the tradition of the king cake.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
At the festival of Epiphany. Halloween-themed foods are also produced by companies in the lead up to the night. For example, Cadbury releasing goo heads similar to cream eggs in spooky wrapping. Foods such as cakes will often be decorated with Halloween colors, typically black, orange, and purple, and motifs for parties and events. Popular themes include pumpkins, spiders, and body parts.
What was your favorite Halloween candy?
My favorite Halloween candy? I liked a lot of the fruity stuff. I like Starburst and Skittles.
You still like the fruity stuff.
Yeah, I have to watch some of that now though.
Anyway,
I can't have as much stuff as I'd like to now unless it's sugar free or in moderation. But when I was a kid, I also liked Snickers. I was always excited.
I love Snickers.
I was always excited when I got Snicker bars in my.
You know what my favorite Halloween thing was when I got what I would get? And this was when my great grandmother was still living.
Oh,
she would make popcorn balls, and you cannot find anybody that could make popcorn balls like she did.
I bet it was good.
Everybody in like a 60-mile radius would go to her house just for her popcorn balls. That
sounds good.
We'd go, and of course, it was my great grandmother. And living with my grandparents, she goes, "This one's for you. This one's for your mama. This one's for your granddaddy." So she'd always send one home to granddad too.
Yeah.
She made sure her boy got a popcorn ball. So.
Well, what was like your favorite? Do you remember, or did you have a favorite, or do you remember your Halloween costumes, or having a favorite that you went
The
as?
only costume I remember, I truly remember, because it ended up being like the most like this horrible thing that happened. I was depressed, but I was going to go as Zorro. You remember Zorro?
Yeah.
So I had the mask, the sword, and all that. Well, me and my cousin, we always fought and wrestled and everything, and we broke my sword. You remember the cartoon Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
So Granny's like, we got this, and she sold it. She made a bill and attached, like a duck bill, and attached it to the mask. So it was Darkwing Duck.
Oh, that's cool. That does sound like it'd be a cool costume. I remember one year when I was younger. I remember the plastic Halloween costumes with the mask, but this is one that was actually like didn't have all that, and Mom did my makeup, and it was an actual costume that wasn't plastic.
Yeah.
But I went as one of those 1920s flappers.
Huh.
And that was kind of cute. She had my hair fixed, and I had the little band that went around here that had the feathers.
See, I remember going trick or treating, but I don't remember all my costumes. I remember Darkwing Duck.
I remembered the flapper because that was pretty cool. And then I remember when I was real little, those plastic ones that came with the mask and all. I remembered being strawberry shortcake one year when I was real little. And then I remember a grown-up Halloween party when I was probably like 19 years old.
I bet you did.
And I was dressed up like a French maid.
With
big old heels like this, which I cannot wear shoes like that anymore.
Where was I when you were dressed like that? Dang. Anyway.
Right, Dilly dog. Dilly dog. Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
So what else we got going? Any other ideas?
I can't think of any right now.
We've already gone nearly 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we'll dress up when we do the trunk or treat over there. So.
We will.
Well, yeah. Remember, you're gonna be a pirate, and I'm gonna be a gypsy.
I don't remember that. Oh, you know what we could do?
Yeah.
We could take the Chromebook and my phone, and we could do an episode while we're trunk or treating.
While everybody's there?
Yeah.
What is it? Nah, I don't think so. But anyway.
Anyway.
We'll have to take some pictures though so we can like post them on our page or something of us dressed up.
It was an idea. I thought it was a good idea.
We need to find you an eye patch.
I'm good. I had one from when I burned my eyes.
I know.
So I got welding burns on my eyes, and I put an eye patch on to keep them from
being
the light
too
out.
irritated. Yeah.
Arrgh. So anyway, we got anything else we want to talk about?
No, if you just want to mention what we got coming up and all that, or I kind of mentioned it, but you might want to.
Like, I don't know.
The next episode with our friends.
Oh, we're
our paranormal friends.
We're doing the movie Monster. We're getting together with the other guys from the Supernatural Roundtable to do the movie Monsters.
Yeah.
I might talk to a couple other people, see if they want to join too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. See if they want to do some Halloween monsters things.
So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, then we'll come up with a date to do it. Just depends on. We'll have to ask them what their schedule is too, because they'll have their episode this week. So it might not be till next week, but then we'll make it really super spooky-tacular for you guys. And Sean will work on getting us some more people, maybe. So it'll be a big group of us
Yeah.
doing the Halloween Monster Mash.
Anyway. So, y'all can listen to us anytime. Go to YouTube and watch Richard and Craig. They've been doing the supernatural round.
What are they doing this week?
They, he told me, what was that? A prison. West Virginia State Prison,
Ah,
I believe.
that'll be interesting.
He's on here listening.
Oh, hey, Craig.
Yeah, I was right. He said yes. West Virginia State Prison.
Cool. Yeah, we're looking forward to our spooktacular group thing. So, but like I said, it might not be until the week after this week.
Was that prison is actually pretty cool looking because it's in a Gothic style.
Oh.
So if y'all get a chance to look at it, it's pretty freaking awesome looking.
I'll have to look at that myself. So.
And but they're doing that. And a couple weekends ago, we got to meet one of the twins for the from the Grounded Galactic Twins.
Oh yeah, they're
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So if y'all get to listen to them, do that. Crystal has a show kind of for the women.
Yeah, I have a self-help for myself and other women out there called The Pink Lady Speaks Her Mind. So.
And I'm doing one called Me, Myself, and Flint. It's kind of some stuff, little self-help stuff for men, but also
you're doing kind of biblical stuff.
Biblical stuff. Like Crystal's joined in on a few, and we're getting into
the Song of Solomon.
Into the Song of Solomon.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Craig and Richard did a deal with a couple. You'll have to remind me who they are, Craig. But a couple paranormal that do paranormal. The lady's from Minnesota, and the guy's from England.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And they are the Spirited Investigation on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
But Craig and Richard, the guy is building them an EMF meter, and they're going to do a paranormal episode in the field.
That'll be cool, yeah.
And we are invited to go with them if we want to go. So, anyway, yeah, cool. Awesome.
I may have just seen it. With the dogs,
yeah,
they kind of need somebody here. We've got 5 dogs, so.
Oh, he got it yesterday. That's awesome.
Also, for those that are around Little Rock, this coming up Saturday, they're doing the Paranormal Expo in Little Rock, and I think we're the MacArthur Museum. Yeah.
A buddy of ours I believe he'll be speaking there.
Yeah,
Robert Swain. He'll be Bigfoot talking.
Yeah, they'll have all kinds of cool speakers that you can sit in and listen to, and all kinds of vendors and people set up. So there's like shopping and different stuff, and all kinds of paranormal stuff going on. But they're a lot of fun. So I think that the 3 of us are going to head up there Saturday. So.
Yeah. But anyway, fun. Anyway, anything else?
I think I'm good. I think I'm ready to sign off for tonight.
All right. Well,
we got homemade chili to eat.
Yes, we do. Well, y'all have a good night and stay spooky and keep it cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with a cool end phrase.
Oh my word!
Like a phrase to end on. But anyway, yeah.
Later, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't take my thing, Chris. Don't take my mic. Hand it to me. I got to turn it off.
Okay. Where's Haley? There she is.